So while you were living your life, avoiding coronavirus or recovering from it or getting your kids to school, the woke mob out there was busy at putting their nitpicky ideas in your world. I'm Adrienne Batra, and with me is Denette Wilford, Brian Lilley, and Brad Hunter. Okay, Denette, nothing apparently is sacred anymore.
Yep.
Disney has decided that they are going to modernize the beloved Minnie Mouse with her cute little outfit, the polka dots, and they've decided to give her the Hillary Clinton makeover. What's happening here?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're calling it a blue tuxedo. It's in celebration of the 25th anniversary of Disneyland in Europe, Paris. But it's ugly. It's not pretty. I don't understand. I don't understand why it's a pantsuit. I think it's also celebrating Women's History Month in March. I just think, I don't know, why can't she celebrate with a sassy red polka dot dress? Why does it have to be, add some, bedazzle it, do something fun with it? Why does it have to be this blue, boring power suit?
Yeah, exactly, Brad. They need to Disney it up, because if any of us, of which I think all of us have been, we all have kids and we've all been to Disney, we know that they like to bejewel and bedazzle and, bemuse everybody with everything. So why so boring? And why, what are they going to do to Mickey next?
Well, Adrienne, nice that you've mentioned that. Who's your star? Who's your go-to guy? Well, it's me, right? So my sources are telling me, well, now they're going to be releasing things for a Minnie as well, new accessories. Now, originally they had her, I don't know, can we see this? That where Minnie has joined Antifa, and so they've got her the mask, and she's currently living in a squat in Berkeley, California, with a number of other progressives. So that's what's going on with Minnie Mouse right now.
So then I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm flattered that you love chocolate, but I'm here strictly in a professional. What's wrong with him?
Brian, there's the saying that we have, go woke, you get broke. And of course, maybe this is something that those that are in charge of M&Ms should be thinking about, because they too have decided to, shall we say, recast their iconic characters.
Well, yeah. So the female characters can't be sexy. The male characters can't be clueless, or maybe they can be more clueless. I've never looked at the M&M ads with the animated M&Ms and thought, wow, they're really sexualizing them. I can't have that candy. Nor have I looked at them and thought, whoa, hey, mama, that's what we're looking for. It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon of a talking candy. And people are taking this way too seriously, just like they are with the Minnie dress. I'm with Denette. It's not pretty. And who loves Minnie Mouse when they go to Disney? Little girls. And little girls love to dress up pretty. It's just a matter of fact. And now we're saying Minnie can't dress up pretty. M&Ms can't dress up pretty. Everyone put on the Hillary pantsuit and prepare for her run in 2024. It's bonkers, Adrienne.
Oculus Reparo. That's better, isn't it?
Denette, there is generations of children who have appreciated the written word because of J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter series. The love and passion that so many hundreds of millions of people around the world have embraced books, which us in the print industry is a good thing. But over the past couple of years, J.K. Rowling has deigned to speak her mind on what some would consider controversial topics. And now there are various institutions that have decided that they're going to put quote unquote trigger warnings on her readings. What's going on here?
Again, no idea, because I feel like I think like a normal, rational human. I think that, my daughter read all the books. She's 16 today. I can't. But she read all the books a handful of years ago, and there were no trigger warnings needed then. I don't know why they're needed now. She's fine. She gets everything. There are no warnings that need to be there for people who are about to read these books. Come on now.
Brad, they call it uncomfortable conversations, but I think if anybody, again, most of our viewers have probably read Harry Potter or read it to their kids or grandkids or whatever the case may be, there are uncomfortable conversations in the literature because that's part of life. And it may be a magical fantasy world, but they deal with very real things. Does life now need a trigger warning?
Well, the cornerstone of Harry Potter is alienation. It's about a little boy who's alienated because he's different and because of circumstances, and it's just like too bloody much. The capacity for rage is staggering. It's almost limitless. And at the end of the day, you see these things, and the only thing you can really say is, please get a life.
That's how most normal people think, Brian. You know, we get all these messages and thoughts and propaganda ideas pushed in our head, where most people chafe at that and think, no, that's not how I think. Let's let Minnie keep her polka dots and let's the M&M gals keep their high heels. But there is very much a movement out there that companies in particular feel they are compelled to tilt at the windmills of the outrage of the day on social media. Why is that?
Because there's a dedicated group looking for outrage at every turn. And, this is not a new thing. Oscar Wilde summed it up more than 100 years ago in the late 1800s. He said, the problem with socialism is you don't have any free nights. There's always a cause that you've got to rally to. There's something that you've got to denounce. There's, something you need to fix that people didn't know needed fixing. Not because they didn't understand there was a problem, it's because they didn't see one, because there isn't a problem, but you've invented one, and now you have to tell somebody that they have a problem and you will rescue them for it. Now, that whole ethos has been put into an industry of, diversity type consultants that are in every single company, telling them that the way they've been doing things that their customers have enjoyed, that their employees have enjoyed for however long, is completely wrong. Do it our way, or you're not woke enough. That's what's happening here. And, the crazy thing about the Harry Potter books is what they're upset about isn't even something that's in the books. It's something she said in defense of a woman.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the Disney crowd, because the PR machine over there must be in overdrive, because they have had a very busy couple of weeks with perceived or contrived controversies. Denette, Peter Dinklage, of course, we know him from Game of Thrones fame, is taking umbrage with the soon-to-be remake of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Why are we remaking this anyway? I mean,
it's a live action movie. It's going to be a live action.
I know, because
Disney has found money talks with those. Yeah,
money talks. I mean, he said his piece. He is not down with this. He called it backwards, but Disney actually heard him, responded. They're going to be looking at it. They're going to look at it as a new way. They're going to look at it in a new way to portray these 7 characters. They didn't even refer to them as dwarfs in their statement. They said characters. So I feel, how many times do I say I don't know? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're going to do with these 7 characters. Are they going to be little people? Are they going to be, I have no idea. Children? I don't even know. I mean, all I know is that they're responding, at least. I wish they would respond to the Minnie Mouse controversy and maybe make her a little prettier.
Sort of bringing this all full circle, Brad, it does remind me back to Harry Potter, when the characters of Gringotts Bank, for example, were portrayed in a particular way. There was a lot of outrage about it. There were allegations of racism and all of these connotations. But when you start to step back and look at the context and look at the message that it's giving, don't we just all appreciate the art for what it is, or the creativity for what it is, versus seeing a racist boogeyman around every corner, or an offensive boogeyman around every corner?
Well, that's the great irony, is that you see these millennial kids who have leagues for Quidditch, which isn't even real, and they're all complaining about J.K. Rowling, and there seems to be a disconnect between this person that they're hating on is also this genius who who created a complete, full, rich world, that she is the creator of this. And the idea that she's transphobic is nonsensical. And that's the thing. I'm not listening to this person. I'm not reading that person. I'm not watching this because of X, Y, Z. Now, the normal among us doesn't watch, like, say, for instance, a CBC sitcom because it's not very good. You know, they don't read a book because it's not very good, you know, and, you know, the opposite reasons, because they are good, they're compelling, that they tell something that we relate to.
Well, here is something, Brian Lilley, that we certainly all can relate to, and that is a harsh winter where we have seen record snowfalls all across our great country in the Great White North. But let's just go down south for a moment to the city of Boston, Massachusetts, you know, a hotbed of liberalism and new ideas. They have a new chief of staff to the mayor that has decided that if you're going to have a big snowfall, you're going to have your plowing done, your removal of snow done in a very equitable way. What does this mean?
It means hocus pocus. It means making stuff up as you go along. An equity lens on plowing snow means you do the bike lanes and the pedestrian walkways first. Okay, let's deal with this. Is there an argument for getting to pedestrian walkways like sidewalks quicker? Absolutely, because they're treacherous. But guess what? If there's a big snowstorm, cycling's a very bad idea. So, you know, I lived in Ottawa and Montreal for most of 20 years. Montreal does not do bike lanes first. Ottawa does. You would have a big snowstorm and the bike lanes would be pristine while the roads and the sidewalks were awful. The only thing it did was anger every single resident, because we're all sitting there saying, I can't walk to the car, I can't drive the car, but hey, if I get out my bike, it's fantastic. Everybody needs to do a better job of clearing snow. We're seeing that in Toronto, especially in pedestrian areas. But the idea that you need to do bike lanes and pedestrian areas first so that it's more equitable and gender focused. You know, I guess Denette and Adrienne don't have cars.
No,
apparently
not.
Women, you couldn't possibly
we get driven
know how
everywhere.
to drive.
We don't know how.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the perpetually offended crowd is lurking around every corner in every community. Let us know in the comments below if there's something going on in yours. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.